Quade Cooper for the win. It's on its way. It's on its way. It's good.
G'day everyone, welcome to Wangers TV, and I'm Wangers, and I'm here to give you a quick match reaction / summary of the Wallabies versus South Africa yesterday. The Wallabies getting the biscuits right in the end there after death. I think it's the kick that pretty much galvanizes Australian rugby throughout this COVID pandemic. Quade Cooper, after the sirens gone, sinking it over to sink the hearts, minds, and hopefully hopes of the South African Springboks. I think they'll come back stronger next week. Their performance did look to be somewhat tamed, and I'll get a little bit into that, but I won't put too much attention on the Springboks. I'll more look at the Wallabies game. The Wallabies, a totally different team, different in composure, tactics, just gameplay. I just thought it was an all-round better performance. Looking specifically at the forward pack, I really love the inclusion of Isaac Rodder. I think he added a lot of calm to the line-out. Calm in that I felt the one thing that we needed to do well against the Springboks is, in the forward pack anyway, is line-outs and scrums. So anything to do with set piece, I thought we had to do really, really well. If you just go back and watch the first probably 20 minutes of the game and watch the line-out speed, I mean, we were up and up, like just the tempo of the line-out. And I'm not so much talking about the setting, getting to line-out, setting and going. It's just more the tempo and I thought Folau Fainga'a definitely got the ball in a lot better this week. And I don't know if it's specifically because we're playing the Springboks or maybe it's the mental hold the All Blacks have over us, but we never seem to have composure at the lineouts. And I thought today Swinton up at the number 2 jumper was good, winning balls commandingly. I think we won against the throw. Just the speed from getting there set. I actually took a timer, and I think it was like considerably quicker, just in our set and straight up at jumpers, and a lot more commanding. I don't know what that is, and whether it's something that the Wallabies specifically looked at, but mate, it was impressive, and especially coming up against the Springboks. I felt Etzebeth and Diaga and Mostert, just having those big timber. Three of the tallest men in world rugby then, and we held our own, and that's all the Wallabies needed to do, to be honest. And that's what I would have just been happy with, winning our own ball and competing at the line. And I thought the forward pack as a whole played a lot better. Swinton, his tackling technique's a bit sort of shoddy, and there's a couple of times, I think there was one instance in the first half where down the sideline, and he comes in, I think South Africa, when the attacker comes in to do a tackle, no arms again. He's really got to learn to wrap, but apart from that, controlled aggression, exactly what I wanted to see from Swinton. He was a bit of a passenger last week against the All Blacks, but he definitely came in and played really well today. Valentini, great number 8 runs. That's exactly what we wanted from him. He went missing last week. I thought that he wasn't as impactful. This week he definitely was. Good runs, good link-up play. With Isaac Rodder there and with Folau Fainga'a as well, and to Ala Alatoa as well. And his runs were over the advantage line. I thought that was something that we definitely need to do against the Springboks, because they are so happy to kick the ball away. When we do run it at them, we need to run with purpose, and I thought we did that really, really well. The whole back three did it really well. Hooper, even though he's a Waratah, I still thought he's been immense for the Wallabies recently. In a lot of shoddy performances, he's really showed the forward pack consistency is key. No matter what the scoreline is, he's always putting it there, putting effort in. He's always competing, and that's all you ever really want from a skipper. And he really led from the front, I thought. I also, I don't really like to talk too much about the refereeing, cause I sort of think referees, if I haven't played Test rugby ever, but if it's anything like subbies and club rugby, they talk to you before the game. They tell you how they're going to rule. They tell you what they're going to be especially picky on. And I thought the communication between both Sia Khaleesi and Hooper and the referee was excellent. Very respectful conversation. Questioning the right things. I thought Hooper could have really pushed the point on a couple of things, which I thought the Springbok were getting away with in and around the ruck, detaching off the maul and the like. But I'm happy with the referee because he read the same way with both sides. And I guess, having a dodgy referee, not saying that this referee was dodgy, but having a dodgy referee is palatable when he's dodgy to both sides. So I think he was consistent with the rulings on both sides. I think the one thing the forward pack can sort of pick up a bit, I thought, was just the new interpretation with the laws around the ruck. The latching, I thought, in key moments when we were on the attack in the first half, we gave away one penalty that I can remember, and there's another one that we had somewhere along the line that I can't really remember exactly where it was, but there's at least two penalties that I counted where we just poor interpretation or adapting to what the new rules are in the game. And I thought that the set piece was good. I honestly, it was fearing our set piece, our scrums and line-outs. Scrums, we did well, and that line-out, that scrum, sorry, to get the penalty on halftime was immense. I think it was a good mental place to take the All Blacks the Wallabies into the half. I think we sort of came into the game thinking that, they're going to have a better scrum than us. But I think as the first half wore on, I think you could see the realization drop, especially with the front row and the tight five, that these guys are just human, just like us. You hit them hard, they feel it. Go into the scrums aggressively, get good body shape. I think it's definitely the tight five really grew into the game, and which is exactly what you want. Ideally you wanted to be hitting the straps like the All Blacks game where that hit over the top far out. 2 minutes into the game, and it was a bell ringer. I thought that the forward pack really stood up today, and they needed to. I think I want to go back to the line out again. I think that the speed and the player on the line outs was excellent. Line out defense, I thought we had a clear plan to really take the maul on, and I think 3 penalties I counted, 4 penalties I think it was, where we just poor defense play into the maul driving early. Something that we can work on. I think the game plan is there to really put a lot of pressure on. I thought, I just think the option to sit back and actually take it to the driving maul was right. I think we probably need to just look to try and direct them to the sideline a bit more, especially when they were going for that number 4 jumper. I thought if they can if we can put pressure on them from the inside and really drive them to the sideline, that would really help us, push them away. But there's some things that we can definitely work on for the next game. In terms of the back line, I thought Quade Cooper Tate McDermott was really good. Actually, the one thing that I wanted to sort of mention was the ruck speed. I think we can definitely pick up the ruck speed because South Africa is so happy to kick the ball away. When we do have the ball, we need to do 2 things. A is not kick it away, but B is protect the ball and get quick ball. Because our runners were coming with purpose around the corner. Valentini, Swinton had a couple of drop balls, but they were coming with purpose. Ala Alatoa really hitting the line. Matt Phillips just hitting the line and bending them backwards. And I think, if we can just get quicker ball at the ruck, really tidied it up because South Africa had a lot of turnover penalties, but they also have a big back 3 who when they get over the ball, they will cause a turnover. So I thought, if we can get quicker ball, Tate McDermott can get it out, get the big boys coming around the corner or even out to Quade Cooper. Tate McDermott, unfortunately to go off with a bit of an injury, had halftime with a cork in the lower leg. Excellent first half. A really quick service to the ball. I thought that he understood the tempo of the game pretty well. And when Nick White came on, seamless. And that's exactly what you want. When you have a replacement player coming on and, the tempo just stays the same is exactly. And I think that McDermott-White combination is doing wonders for Australian rugby at the moment. It's a real highlight in what's been, before the recent game against the Springboks. So it's been a pretty dismal couple of games for the Wallabies. Moving into the back line, Quade Cooper was just mercurial, really stood back deep, a couple extra meters, which is excellent. I knew Lucanio would be definitely coming up and in with pressure. A lot of pressure would be put on Len Ikitawa, is what I saw from the defensive structure. To step back, chip it in over the top. South Africa had cover there, but, putting South Africa in two minds, with that rush defense that they showed against the Lions and against the Pumas. I thought Karevi and Cooper played exceptionally well, and I think my man of the match would be either one of the two, because I just thought that Karevi complemented Cooper in that Cooper could stand back, but then also use Karevi as an out, and having a big body like Karevi got over the advantage line and then allowed players to come around, clean over, gave enough time for Cooper to to reset the next play or to do heads up footy. What have I got in front of me? I thought those two together are really, really well, and it's going to be an interesting headache now to have JOC back next week. Is what I heard from the reports. He'll be back next week. Big HP Hunter Paisami will also be back, which should be this is exactly why we needed these international players back. Give options, give variations, give competition, healthy competition. Within that the inside backs there, and definitely allow there to be. I think the biggest issue the Australian rugby had was we had Hunter Paisami, but then no discredit to Tumua or anything like that. It's just the level. Like Tumua would come in, or a player would come in, and he'd have to give him a couple of minutes, pick up the pace. Whereas what you had between McDermott and Nick White is exactly what you want. McDermott flying up here, Nick White comes in the exact same level, if not better. Get them to that next level. So I thought Cooper and Karevi were immense. We'll come back on Quade Cooper, but a bit later, Len Ikitau. I thought he had a quiet game, but exactly what you wanted. Like I remember in the first half, Cooper did the trip over the top. Len Ikitau comes straight through over the top, pilfer the ball. I mean, excellent from an outside centre. A couple of good hits, solid in defence. He had a performance that was, I think the right way to sort of describe it was he was present, but wasn't absent. In that he did his role to the extent that we didn't see a glaring deficiency in outside centre. However, knowing that he was quiet enough to not do anything that was sort of stood out or was outstanding. But I think he was allowed to play that game because of the Cooper Karevi. Cooper and Karevi took a lot of pressure off, especially Karevi when he took a couple of good runs, broke the advantage line, or with a couple of seconds longer to take down in the tackle. And that was really, really excellent because then it held play up, allowed the backs to get there, and didn't allow the Springboks, Lucy's to come around in and over the ball, which I thought was excellent work by Karevi there. The outside backs, Corabetti had a pretty good start to the game, I thought. And Kellaway as well, I think great try again. He's really turning into a try scorer and a really, really sort of a mailman-like performance, and I'm saying that not in the spoofed sort of built-up buoyant way, like I'm the mailman, I always deliver. In that he's a winger, he does his job, similar to Len Ikitau. And by always delivering is when you need him to do something, just do the simple stuff, just be a winger, and he is there as a winger, and that's what I thought he did really, really well. Both him and Corabetti. Tom Banks, fullback, good job. I thought kicking game was satisfactory. I do like that he took the ball to the advantage line before putting the up and under, which I thought is an excellent way to he brings the wingers in, allows the wingers to chase through, or if he needs to chase through as well. Solid performance at the back. Didn't do any sort of, had no real glaring issues that I could remember. But I thought a solid performance, like I said, my man of the match is between Quade Cooper and Samu Karevi. I think some overall highlighting thoughts, the speed of the line-out. Just speed and assertion of the line-out. I think are the two things that really stood out for me. In a forward pack where the hype coming into the game is we were weaker, we were smaller, we were inexperienced. I think the tight five of the Springboks had more had more caps than our entire forward pack or some ridiculous stat like that, Bar Hooper. But I thought we really stood out with the lineouts. One of the things I did love about having Quade Cooper in, which I think, this is the benefit of having Cooper. I hope we don't dismiss Cooper. I hope we keep Cooper in the camp, give him game time, but then allow him to partnership with Lolosio, because the difference between the two games is the temperament. And that comes with just having experience, on the field. But I thought Cooper had great variation in play. He'd play out the back. He'd chip over the top. He really reined in and played within his performances, did his job. But then his job was just keeping a calm influence over the team. And I think, that really seeped through the entire back line, which meant that we all had a settled performance. I thought, the one big difference between the All Blacks is we entered the 22, we got points. I mean, back when I was a bit younger and watching the Wallabies, you want to see tries, but, coming off just demoralizing performances against the All Blacks, I thought enter the 22, get points. Enter the 22, get points. I think that was absolutely the key to beating the Springboks. I think we weren't too sure how many opportunities we'd get down there, which is key to come away with points. And I think that's what we did. And I'm really, really happy with that turnaround, that conscious effort that we get there, we get points. The other thing that I did notice with South Africa's defensive line is they just the ABC channel, ABC and probably First Defender were a bit standoffish. There wasn't the line speed. I mean, A would sometimes come up with a bit of line speed and put a bit of pressure when there's a box kick on, but it's a bit standoffish, which meant that we can. It helped our runners in that we met the defensive line either a meter short of so we met the defensive line a meter short of the advantage line or just over with contact. And I thought that allowed us to get on the front foot. Again, the slow ruck ball kind of was a bit of a disservice to us in that we wanted to play rugby, so it didn't allow us to do that. But I thought, South Africa should really need to pick up that ABC defender as well as that first defender. That initial speed, that first 3 meters off the line, hit him behind, and with their big bodies and, coming off a grueling test series with the Lions, I thought, that would be something very simple that they would do. Which I thought the Wallabies did well. We ran with purpose, something that we hadn't done against the All Blacks in Perth. So, and yeah, thank you very much. Do all the usual things, guys. Please like, subscribe. Anything that you thought I was right or wrong about your man of the matches, put it all in the comments below. And yeah, we'll look out for next week's game against the Springboks on Saturday and my match reaction from them. Talk soon, guys.